Welcome to From A to Z, a creator economy podcast, the podcast that explores the creator economy and its intersection with the world of Web3, cryptocurrency, DeFi, and NFTs. We are your hosts, Zombie Shepherd and ZFi, and we are thrilled to be bringing you this show in collaboration with Bankless DAO and its audiovisual guild. Our goal is to help bridge the gap between traditional media and the Web3 space by sharing insights, experiences, and strategies for success in this new era of content creation. As part of our mission, we are proud to announce our proposal to revitalize the AV Guild and ensure its long-term success. This strategic partnership will not only improve the quality and reach of AV content, but also create valuable learning opportunities for our current and future members. By upskilling our members and focusing on talent recruitment and retention, we can drive growth and support future partnership opportunities for Bankless DAO while championing the values and possibilities of a bankless world. We're glad you're here with us this week. Today is May 30th, 2023, and this is episode 7 in our Creator Economy podcast series. Join us as we touch grass, explore projects, tools, and talk about smart contracts and royalty management. So welcome back. We're diving back into the fascinating world of smart contracts and their role in the creator economy. Let's start by understanding what smart contracts are and how they function with blockchain technology.
Sure, that sounds like a good place to start. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements that are written in code and stored on a blockchain. They automatically execute predefined actions when certain conditions are met. Blockchain technology ensures the immutability and transparency of these contracts, making them trustworthy and secure.
That's right, ZFi. Now let's talk about the benefits of using smart contracts in the creator economy. One major advantage is automating payment splits and royalties. Smart contracts eliminate the need for intermediaries and manual processes, streamlining royalty management and ensuring prompt and accurate payments for creators at the point of sale.
Indeed, smart contracts also offer that level of transparency. Since the transactions recorded on the blockchain are visible to all participants, creators can have a clear view of their revenue streams and track the distribution of royalties. This transparency fosters trust and reduces disputes between creators and platforms.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the potential for reducing those transaction costs. With traditional methods, creators often face high fees and lengthy payment delays while moving from platform to bank. Smart contracts cut down these costs by eliminating intermediaries and facilitating direct peer-to-peer transactions.
That's a great point, and it's one we like to mention a lot because it's a big deal. Smart contracts also have the potential to revolutionize industries beyond the creator economy. In finance, for instance, they can enable automatic revenue distributions or simplify licensing agreements and even facilitate crowdfunding campaigns for creative projects.
You're right. The versatility of smart contracts is truly remarkable. In the creator economy, they can ensure fair compensation, protect intellectual property rights, and create new revenue-sharing models that benefit creators directly. I am particularly excited about the integrating decentralized finance into the creator workflow. These tools allow you to swap, borrow, and lend against the crypto you make from your creative endeavors. This can allow creators to make investments or just collect interest on their holdings using smart contracts in place of banks and brokers.
Absolutely. We can already see real-world examples of smart contracts in action. For instance, the music industry has started experimenting with blockchain-based smart contracts to simplify royalty management and ensure accurate payments to artists and songwriters. With the enormous list of platforms that publishers and managers are keeping track of now, it's a great way to reduce administrative costs and time inputs as well.
That's a great example. We're also seeing blockchain-based platforms that allow creators to tokenize their work and sell it directly to their audience. These platforms leverage smart contracts to automate the distribution of royalties, providing creators with more control and fair compensation.
Precisely. The potential of these smart contracts in the creator economy is immense. They offer a more efficient, secure, and frankly, superior way for creators to manage their intellectual property and revenue streams. As more creators embrace this technology, I think we can expect to see a more equitable and thriving creator economy.
Right. Smart contracts are empowering creators by revolutionizing royalty management and ensuring, like I said, fair compensation. As the creator economy continues to evolve, it's crucial for creators to understand and harness the power of smart contracts to protect their rights and maximize their earnings.
Well said, Zombie. Smart contracts are a game changer for creators, and I'm excited to see how they shape the future of the creator economy.
Yeah, and while there is still quite a bit of trust and responsibility of the person using the NFT or smart contract to include all collaborators and royalty splits properly, the tools still put more power into the hands of creators over intermediaries or black box organizations that you have to follow up and make sure they're doing it. You don't actually know what's going on, you know? So let's dive deeper into specific area of streamlining royalty management for creators.
Absolutely. Royalty management has long been a complex and challenging process for creators. Traditionally, it involves multiple parties and intermediaries, which can result in delays, disputes, and often unfair compensation.
That's right. And many creators struggle to receive fair payment for their work due to the lack of transparency and accountability in the traditional royalty management systems. They often face difficulties in tracking and verifying their earnings, which can lead to significant financial losses. There are a number of services that you must sign up for. You have to register your films, music, writing, etc. And then you have to track to ensure that the payments are timely and that they're even the correct payments that you're supposed to be receiving. And none of it is easy or cheap and can be quite daunting to an already struggling and busy creator.
Right. It's always a lot of work. Anything you can take off your plate is an advantage. The involvement of intermediaries further compounds these challenges. These intermediaries, like record labels, publishers, or distribution platforms, take a significant share of the revenue generated by creators, leaving the creators with a smaller portion of their deserved earnings.
And it's unfortunate to see creators not being compensated adequately for their hard work and talents. And it mostly happens because creators don't know their rights or have any recourse for fair treatment against powerful entities. That's why the emergence of smart contracts brings hope for streamlining royalty management as well as peer-to-peer transactions. And by leveraging blockchain technology, smart contracts can automate the entire process and ensure fair and timely payments for creators and collaborators.
Exactly. Smart contracts enable creators to establish the predetermined rules and conditions for their royalty distribution. Once these conditions are met, the smart contract automatically executes the payment process, eliminating the need for intermediaries and reducing the chances of human error or intentional delays.
Blockchain technology plays a crucial role in providing transparency and accountability in royalty management. As transactions are recorded on the blockchain, creators can have a clear view of their earnings in real time. This transparency fosters trust between creators and their partners or platforms.
For sure. And let's not forget about the real world examples where creators have already started benefiting from smart contract based royalty management. For instance, some musicians and artists are using blockchain platforms to tokenize their work, allowing for their communities to fund and support these creators' project in a crowdsourced manner.
Yeah, that's another great example. So we're already seeing platforms that leverage smart contracts to provide fair revenue sharing models for creators. And these platforms ensure that creators receive their rightful share of the earnings by eliminating the opaque calculations and intermediaries involved in traditional royalty management.
Yeah. I think the adoption of smart contracts for royalty management has the potential to revolutionize the creator economy. I mean, what creator wouldn't be interested in using a tool that empowers them to have more control over their earnings, ensure accurate and timely payments, and create a more equitable ecosystem for all parties involved?
I guess it's the intermediaries that don't want that world, right?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. Streamlining royalty management through smart contracts is a step towards fairer and more transparent creator economy. It's exciting to see how this tech is going to uplift creators and help them receive compensation they deserve for their contributions. Many people see royalties as a tax on the collector, but I see that as a very narrow and selfish view for people who just want to flip NFTs and don't really care about the long-term career of the artist. Conversely, some artists may be able to forego the royalties on certain one-of-ones or collections, and I could certainly see a royalty being somewhat problematic when you get into pieces that are worth thousands of dollars. But then again, an art broker would be placing a commission between the buyer and the seller, and that sum would probably be larger than most of these automated royalties. So I'm pro royalty.
That's a good point. Smart contracts are revolutionizing royalty management and providing creators with the tools they need to protect their rights and maximize their earnings. As more creators embrace this technology, we can expect to see a positive shift in the way that royalties are managed across the industry.
Right. And while royalties have been a point of contention and many NFT marketplaces are willing to and somehow able to skirt those parts of the contract, it remains a deeply important conversation in the rights of the creator in a global free market environment. So let's pivot a little bit into another crucial aspect, which is, as we've said, but we're going to dive deeper into it, ensuring fair compensation. How are we doing that with smart contracts?
Absolutely. Fair compensation has been a long-standing issue for creators, with many facing challenges in receiving their rightful earnings. While these problems have existed since before the rise of Web3, smart contracts now have the potential to address these challenges and ensure creators can be more fairly compensated for their work.
That's right. And one of the key benefits of smart contracts in royalty management is the transparency it provides. By implementing smart contracts, creators can have a clear and immutable record of their earnings, making it easier to verify and enforce that they are receiving fair compensation. While you are depending on the person using or writing the smart contract to fill the information out correctly, everyone will be able to verify that the terms of the contract are correct and address those problems immediately, as opposed to waiting months or waiting 4 months to have to find out if you're even receiving the payments from the traditional processing systems.
Yeah, I really like that auditability that gives you an opportunity to confirm what you are told is what's happening. And the automated thing, man, skips all the waiting. The automation is a bonus. Smart contracts can automate those payment terms and ensure that creators receive their due share without even having to rely on those intermediaries or the subjective calculations. This level of transparency fosters trust and generally helps creators avoid those potential disputes or underpayments.
And another significant advantage of smart contracts is their ability to prevent unauthorized use of copyrighted content. Creators can embed licensing terms within the smart contract, which automatically enforces the restrictions and ensures that only authorized parties can use the work in the ways that they were authorized to use it. While these are early in development and not adopted by traditional streaming and broadcasting options, it shows the possibilities that are unlocked by decentralized and fairly distributed access to creator tools, smart contracts, and cryptocurrency.
That's a great point. I'm definitely curious to see how different artists handle the digital rights management of their own work. The big level up here over traditional DRM approaches is that smart contracts empower the creators to protect their own intellectual property and prevent unauthorized exploitation. This provides creators with greater control over their work, and it enables them to negotiate customized and fair compensation for the usage of those pieces of work.
And alongside fair compensation, smart contracts also introduce the concept of tokenization and fractional ownership. Creators can tokenize their work, allowing them to sell fractional ownership rights and receive royalties accordingly. This opens up new revenue streams and opportunities for creators to benefit from their creations. While US regulation makes some of these ideas hard to navigate, there are still plenty of ways that NFTs can be used to grant access to private layers of the creator's work.
Absolutely. Tokenization and fractional ownership allow creators to break down their work into smaller units, making it accessible to a larger audience and enabling fans and supporters to participate in the creator's success. Smart contracts also ensure that royalties are distributed accurately based on those predefined ownership rights.
Indeed. The process of implementing smart contracts for royalty management involves defining the terms and conditions within that contract. Creators can establish their preferred revenue sharing models, licensing terms and conditions, which are then automatically enforced by the smart contract. Many of these contracts have an easy to use front end, and that's as easy as the same kind of information you would be using to upload a YouTube or a Spotify description. So anyone can tap into these tools without knowing how to write or use code. Each of these platforms obviously will have its pros and cons, which can include fees and feel similar to Web2 intermediaries, but in my opinion, at a much lower cost.
While the benefit of smart contracts are immense, there may be challenges in adopting this technology for royalty management. One such challenge is the initial setup and integration of smart contracts into existing platforms or systems. A lot of it is more technical than a general user would likely feel comfortable with, but I think as this technology evolves, we can expect more user-friendly solutions and tools to facilitate the implementation process.
Absolutely. And collaborations between blockchain developers, creators, and industry stakeholders will be key in addressing these challenges and driving wider adoption of smart contracts for royalty management. It's crucial for creators to actively engage in this process and advocate for fair compensation practices and advocating for creators' rights to be implemented as code in these smart contracts and blockchain tools.
Well said. Well said. Smart contracts have the potential to completely change royalty management, ensuring fair compensation, protecting intellectual property, and providing creators with greater control over their earnings. By embracing this technology, creators can shape a more equitable and sustainable creator economy.
Absolutely. So I know we've kind of got the cart before the horse a little bit, but we've done it in a few episodes, and we're going to double back and talk once more on NFTs and smart contracts and the intersection and the impact on creators' earnings.
All right. So NFTs, non-fungible tokens, have gained significant popularity recently in the world of digital art and collectibles. We've seen this and we've touched on it a couple of times. These unique digital assets are also powered by smart contracts, enabling creators to receive royalties from those subsequent resales.
Absolutely. And NFTs provide creators with a way to monetize their digital creations beyond the initial release by offering ownership of characters, frames, stems, tracks, scripts, behind the scenes access, or any utility that the creator can imagine. And through the embedded smart contracts, creators can earn a percentage of that resale value each time their NFT is sold in the secondary market in the form of royalties or trading fees. This creates ownership and ongoing revenue opportunities that were not previously available to the creator or the collector.
The impact of NFTs and smart contracts on creators' earnings cannot be overstated. By leveraging NFTs, creators have the potential to generate additional income and a benefit from the increased value of their digital assets over the long term. Think revenue streams like collect fees on alternative album covers posted on Lenstube and sold as one-offs or limited editions. Or maybe bonus tracks and remixes of your originally released song that are reposted on RiffApp as new tracks. This revenue is possible even on top of the release of the album itself. This creates a brand new paradigm where creators can continue to profit from their work even after that first initial sale.
Absolutely. We have seen numerous examples of how creators have embraced NFTs and smart contracts and have reaped the rewards. These creators have not only gained increased recognition and exposure, but have also seen substantial financial gains from the resale of their NFTs. I see more benefits on the initial sale than the royalty. So I wouldn't count on royalties as a major source of income, but it is a good passive source if there is a lot of secondary movement on your collection.
Yeah.
If NFTs and DeFi smart contracts are a supplement to a creator's income, then there is more room to experiment and play with the mediums as a long-term investment in the brand rather than selling crypto to pay expenses.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating how NFTs and smart contracts have opened up new possibilities for creators to monetize their work and establish those additional and supplementary revenue streams. The intersection of NFTs and royalty management is particularly intriguing and sure to see significant further development. With smart contracts embedded within NFTs, creators can automate the receipt of their fair share whenever their NFTs are bought or resold.
That's right. And this innovation has the potential to revolutionize the way creators earn income from their digital creations. It provides a level of transparency, automation, and security that is previously lacking in traditional royalty management models. Because of the unique non-fungibility of these assets, there is also a possibility of adding utility for collectors who pay royalties or removing utility to NFTs that avoid royalties.
Interesting.
Yeah, this can also become like a type of burn mechanism, as NFTs with greater utility will demand a premium, while others will become less favorable or only ideal for flippers.
I see. We've also seen some exciting projects in the NFT space that have implemented innovative royalty mechanisms like lens collect referrals or fake gotchis. The creation of art isn't one of my personal strengths, but I sometimes can come up with pretty good ideas for art pieces. Because of this smart contract technology, I'm now built into a fake gotchi smart contract to receive royalties on all resales of an art piece that I collaborated with an artist on to bring an idea to life through that partnership. But I'm now programmed in as a partial recipient of royalties. So it's affecting me personally, and it's kind of been a cool experience along the way. Projects like these explore different ways to distribute royalties and ensure that creators continue to benefit from the increasing value of their NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, Gerline and I are doing the same thing with fake gotchis and lens. We're sharing revenue on a lot of these collects, and a lot of these, first and secondary movements. So
that's the way to go.
Right, exactly. Like the ongoing revenue streams provided by NFTs present a significant opportunity for creators to have a supplemental or possibly a sustainable income source. It allows us to focus on the creativity and the pursuits while still receiving compensation for the past and ongoing work. And it doesn't require exiting any other platforms or curation systems. It just means adopting a new technology into the existing workflow.
Absolutely. The emergence of NFTs and smart contracts has opened up a whole world of possibilities for creators. It's important for us all to explore and understand these technologies in order to maximize their earning potential and take advantage of this exciting trend in the creator economy.
I mean, that pretty much wraps up our discussion on smart contracts, NFTs, and royalty management in the creator economy, at least. Before we wrap up, let's recap the key points we covered today.
Okay, let's see. We started by explaining what smart contracts are, how they function, and how they're running on blockchain technology. We discussed their benefits, including transparency, efficiency, and fair compensation for creators. Then we explored how smart contracts streamline royalty management, automating payments, and ensuring accuracy.
That's right. And we also delved into the importance of fair compensation for creators and how smart contracts can enforce payment terms and protect copyrighted content. We touched on tokenization and fractional ownership, showcasing how smart contracts enable creators to negotiate and enforce their preferred revenue sharing models.
Then we circled back to the topic of NFTs and their integration with smart contracts. We discussed how NFTs provide ongoing revenue streams for creators through resale royalties, and we highlighted some real-world examples where creators have benefited from this tech already.
Yeah, it's been an enlightening conversation, Zfi. So let's talk about some action items for our listeners and some takeaways from today's episode. First, we encourage creators to educate themselves about smart contracts and explore how they can leverage this technology to streamline their royalty management, while also, we'll be covering this soon, being secure, being safe with what you're doing with your digital footprint. But I would recommend trying tools like Showtime.xyz on Polygon, OpenSea you can try on Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum. Rarible is also on multiple chains. Decent is on Polygon layer 3. Manifold is on Ethereum layer 1. Riff app on Polygon, Sound.xyz on Ethereum, or HypeShot. And that one, you don't even really need to use blockchain to tap into that Web3 tool. You can just, a lot of these you can start using without really being fully integrated yet.
Right, that's quite a toolkit. I'm happy about that. So secondly, we urge creators to consider the potential of NFTs as a means to establish ongoing revenue stream for your own projects. It's important to understand the mechanisms behind the NFTs and explore platforms that support fair compensation and transparent royalty management, if that's an area you'd like to address.
Right. And of course, we encourage our listeners to support creators who embrace smart contracts and NFTs by engaging with their work and participating in the evolving creator economy. We can collectively contribute to a more equitable and sustainable ecosystem.
I think that's a fantastic summary. Pretty much wraps it up. We hope today's episode has shed light on the power of smart contracts and the potential of NFTs in revolutionizing royalty management for creators. Remember, knowledge is key, and as the creator economy evolves, it's essential to stay informed and adapt to these new opportunities.
Absolutely, Zfi. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this journey. We appreciate your support and enthusiasm. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we will dive into another captivating topic in the creator economy. And until then, keep creating, keep innovating, and keep empowering others through your work. Don't forget to subscribe to From A to Z and Zombie Shepherd, and to like, mirror, comment, and collect these episodes on Lens Protocol. 18% of the proceeds will go back to the Bankless DAO Treasury, and 2% will support Lenstube, the platform that hosts us.
Thank you for being a part of our creator community. Stay inspired, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to join us for Zombie Time Music Hour on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, where you can collect Zombie Shepherd's fresh new Web3 music drops on Lens Protocol. We'll see you next time, friends.
Yep, we'll see you there.